guys, welcome back to my channel, and those of you that are new here, my name is Ashley and I am a homeschool mom to 3 kids. Today's video is part of my back to school week. I am sharing videos all week long, as well as each day is a different collab with a bunch of other homeschool moms. So today's video is new curriculum, and so I will be sharing a new curriculum that we have never used in our homeschool that we're going to be using this year, and a bunch of other moms are going to be sharing new curriculum in their homeschools as well. So go ahead, look at the playlist link down below, and I hope you guys enjoy today's video. So I'm so excited because Beautiful Feet was nice enough to send me an advance copy of their new geography that just released in late June. So I've had my hands on this for a few months to try it out, read through some of the books, and I am so excited to share it with you guys because it is an amazing curriculum. If you've been around my channel, you know that I love a literature-based approach to curriculum. Most of my curriculum is switching more towards that method because I love learning through books, and my kids are really starting to learn to love learning through books as well. If you haven't heard of Beautiful Feet, they are a literature-based curriculum, which means your children are learning through different books. And in this series, it is a variation of different picture books that teach your kids geography. This new geography unit is focused on the United States geography, which is really awesome because I always think that United States, either history or geography, is the easiest for younger kids to comprehend. So by teaching geography of just the United States and basic geography terms is a huge hit and a huge winner with me. So I did receive an advance copy, and so I had the books before the instructor's guide was even published. I just had a digital copy of it, and so I have them printed out. There are a few lessons I want to share with you guys. Obviously now when you're seeing this video, it is released and you will get their beautiful instructor guide that looks like this. And so basically the instructor guide is a guide for you as the parent. It recommends what books to read, what conversations to have, additional activities, even additional resources like additional books, videos, and things like that. What I really love about Beautiful Feet is there's really no schedule. They do have a recommendation that you can do 1 lesson per week, and that would be 36 weeks, or you could do 2 lessons per week and cut that in half. It's really up to you how you guys want to do it. You can do a lesson in a day, which is what we do, or you can do a lesson, through a whole week, or multiple lessons a week. It's really up to you, and it's really up to you as well as what you do in the lesson. Like I said, it gives you those recommendations, and obviously you have the books that go along with it, but it's what works best in your homeschool. In our kit, we did receive this fun map that is folded up, and it's going to take up the whole screen, so I'm not going to be able to show you, but it is a United States map. And we will be hanging that up in our homeschool room and using it and marking it as we learn about the United States geography. There's a lot of information on the 50 states. Something I started recently doing with my kids is I got them travel journals, and every time we go to a new state, they need to basically journal about it, like where we went, when we went. They're going to add some pictures in there. And I really have a goal. This is a crazy goal, but to visit every state and with my kids. And so I think that travel journal will be a fun way. And then as we learn about states and they've been there, they can kind of, put those together. All right, these are all the books that come with this new geography from Beautiful Feet. I'm going to show you all of them. There are some that are just like a reading book. You're going to read it through a lesson or a couple lessons, and that will be it. And there's other books that are more like reference books that you're going to refer to throughout the entire curriculum. So this book is called Mike Fink, Tall Tale Retold and Illustrated by Stephen Kellogg. I'm going to be a keel boatman, cock-a-doodle-doo. It's no surprise that Mike Fink wants to join the rowdy keel boatmen on the Mississippi River. I'm not going to read the back of every book, or we would be here for a very long time, but this is a fun picture book. So this is one of those ones that is more of like you're just reading it through certain lessons. This is Apples to Oregon, being the slightly true narrative of how a brave pioneer father brought apples, peaches, pears, plums, grapes, and cherries and children across the plains. This tallish tale is sweet to the core. So this is fun, and this one, you know, there's a ton of different like little studies on apples, and so that would be fun to like incorporate it during fall time with like apples. This is a Dr. Seuss book. There's a map on my lap all about maps. I do believe this is one of those books that is referenced multiple times, and so this is where they're getting those basic geography and map skills from. Okay, and so not only are they learning about geography of the United States and specific things that happen in the United States and the states themselves, but it also just teaches basic geography that will carry on over once you start doing more in-depth geography units as well, in like, you know, different countries all over the world, stuff like that. This book is They're Off, the story of the Pony Express. This is Follow the Drinking Gourd. Walking by night, sleeping by day, for weeks they traveled on, sometimes berries to pick and corn to snatch, sometimes fish to catch, sometimes empty bellies to sleep on, sometimes no stars to guide the way. Hidden in the lyrics of a simple folk song sung by slaves were directions to the escape route known as the Underground Railroad and freedom. Okay. So this goes into slavery and the Underground Railroad. I've heard great things about this book, and that's what I like. All of these books that are included, they're not just random books no one has heard of. These are popular award-winning books that are, you know, used in many geography and history curriculums. This next book is probably my favorite book that comes in the entire series because it's such a great reference book. This is Geography from A to Z, a picture glossary. This one is used multiple times. It will tell your child certain geography terms, and they have to go look it up in here and find the definition. And so it is in ABC order, alphabetical order, and has pictures and little word descriptions. And so this is just a really great reference book as well. This is an I Can Read, Wagon Wheels. The Moldy Boys and their father have come a long way to Kansas, but when Daddy moves on, the three boys must begin their own journey. This is the United States Activity and Fact Book, and so this one is referenced multiple times because it is an activity book. It has every state and different facts and activities on that state, and so you could use this, like I said, like how I'm planning for my kids to journal about traveling. They could use this as a reference book and look up all these different states as well. This is Our 50 States, a family adventure across America. And so same thing, this one is so fun. It is a little overwhelming, I'm not gonna lie. When I first opened it up, I was like, oh my gosh, this is what a page looks like, and this is all about a state. And so every state has its own like little cartoon drawings. It has fun facts, like landmarks, all of those different things. This was written by Lynn Cheney, the wife of former Vice President Richard Cheney. So that is who wrote this book. This is a fun one. Again, this will be another one we keep and reference as well, because this could be used for even older kids. This is such a fun, interesting way to look at it. Even I just caught myself one night just looking through it because it is overwhelming, but it's so fun how it's all written. It's like a little journal. This one is Grandma Gatewood Hikes the Appalachian Trail. And so with lively language and glorious drawings, Grandma Gatewood Hikes the Appalachian Trail brings this true story of an amazing woman's adventure roaring back to life. And so this looks like a fun book. Oh, it even has like a timeline in the back, which is fun. I love timelines. It's probably a homeschool mom thing when books come with extra things. Oh, this is cute. It's like her little trail of her hiking. That's super fun. And the last book is Southwest Sunrise. This one doesn't have, let's see. When Jaden moves down in New Mexico, he's uncertain how this place could ever be home, but if he takes a walk outside, he just might find something glorious. So this is probably about moving west. And if any of you live out west, it is much different than the East Coast. I live on the West Coast, and I've traveled to the East Coast, and it's like night and day. There it is. Desert and nothing. So I think that's fun, and I think, you know, kids that don't live in the West could learn a lot from this, and kids that do could relate to it. And so I think that that's a super cute book. And so as you can see, none of those books are super long. They're not chapter books. They're picture books. They're meant to be read like a family, you know, style read aloud, but your kids could also read them. Like I know my 2nd grader who I'm doing this lesson with, just her, this is going to be her independent geography. She's going to take these books over and read them. So I'll have to try to get in there and read them, or at least listen to her read them, because I'm really interested as well to listen to all of them. So I did, like I said, I did not get the instructor's guide because I have an early copy. The instructor guide is now available because it's been released by the time this video comes out, but when I'm filming the video, it still has not been released yet. So I just printed out a couple of the digital lessons just to kind of explain to you how they work. So lesson 1 and lesson 2, you actually aren't reading any books, I think. Lesson 1 and 2, you are making a compass and you're learning cardinal directions. And so it's over 2 lessons. You're learning what a compass is, you're learning different directions. And so the difference between cardinal directions, ordinal directions, using a compass, you know, where's north, all of that. It's getting them to set up their notebook. We use a science notebook, and we use that through like all of our lessons. And so I may use that, or I might just have my daughter have her own. So it tells them like what to do in their notebook. And so this has write the directions, write a compass, write never eat soggy wheat. I know it never eats soggy waffles. I've never heard never eat soggy wheat. And so so those are the first 2 lessons. So the first 2 lessons is really just introducing it, getting it set up. Then I have an example from lesson 18. So it tells you, okay, look up the following terms in geography from A to Z. And so that's this book that I mentioned is going to be my favorite. So it gives them a list of terms, 7 different terms, and they need to look them up and write them in their notebook. And so that's super fun. It says finish reading Mike Fink and have the student narrate their favorite parts of the story. Our next book begins in Alabama. Have your student label Alabama on the United States map, which that is this big map. Read about Alabama on page 34 on our 50 states. Add the dates of statehood and the capital on the map. Color in the state. Have your student color the state page in the Alabama on the coloring book. And so in lesson 18, you're finishing a book, and then it's introducing you to the state in which your next book is going to be in. And so it's just gradually pushing you there. And so at the end of this, I do believe your children learn all 50 states. So your map would be colored in. You would have all the capitals and the year they, you know, like were founded in on this map, as well as this is that coloring book to where you would find, that's where you find the information, and then you could color it. I don't know how much coloring my kids want to do, if they're going to color both this map and this map, but as you can see, that's how it would work. And then the next lesson would probably start with reading a new story in that state. So I'm so excited that we are going to be using Beautiful Feet this year. They have so many other fun units also. If this is maybe a little bit too young for your kids, they do have an older geography as well. And they also have just fun units, like they have a character building one that is on my list that I am so excited for. So go ahead, I do have a link down below that will bring you directly to the new geography unit, but as well as you can look around their website and check out everything that they have to offer. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video and getting a glimpse at Beautiful Feet Book's new geography. I am so excited to be adding this new curriculum to our homeschool this year. As I mentioned earlier, this is back to school week, and every day this week I'm going to be posting a new video, and every video is part of a collab with a bunch of other homeschool moms. So to see what other homeschool moms are adding into their homeschools as far as new curriculum, go ahead and check out the playlist link down below. We will chat soon. Have a great day, guys. Bye.